Hi, it's Jeff Africa. You're at J Africa's Last Dance, the dance to and about the heart. Okay, here we go. I am the unique spirit of love and light that shine from within. I honor the place within me, which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. I honor the place within me in which the entire universe dwells. I humbly acknowledge all my special strengths, gifts, talents, and blessings, and I now humbly bestow them on the world around me. I now harmonize and synchronize the right and left hemispheres of my brain. I am a source of divine inspiration. I call on my higher self for sacred transformation. I am now tuned with my higher self. I step back and let my higher self lead the way. I trust the guidance my higher self gives to me. I trust that my highest good is now unfolding. I am now intuitive, imaginative, and insightful. I am love. I am light. I am joy. I am love. I am light. I am joy. I am love. I am light. I am joy. Okay, I've said that before. These things I say, these things I come to me from the Galactics on YouTube, and I say them because I pick them out, I write them down, and I have about 5 or 6 that I say, and I'm going to say them as I come to you now. Okay, now what we did last last video was heart practices, and I have this one other one that has come to me through that same these transmissions of the Galactics on YouTube. I believe that I can't speak for every bloody one of them, but I believe that they are true. Okay, I really do. And here's one that has come through to access the heart space. Okay, access and to connect to the heart space. Here's what they're recommending. All the ones I've shown you, I've just kind of made up. But here we go. Okay, put your hands on your chest. Let your hands rest on your chest. Okay, become aware of the warmth of your hands in this heart space area. That's basically what we're after. Okay, in this heart space area. And take a conscious breath, okay? Take like a soft wind. Conscious breath in through that space, all the way, and then back down through that space, okay? Let go. Let go as that air goes out, that soft wind blows out. Let go consciously into where you feel your heart space, okay? Begin to sense that space as you have your hands on that space, okay? Consciously claim the essence of the heart space that you sense, see, or feel, okay? This is my beloved heart space. This is the most important thing to me in this world right now, my own heart space. That's what I say. Then bring the sacred sound into your heart. Feel, sense, or see the opening of the essence of the light that is there, okay? Bring sacred sound into the heart space. Feel, sense, or see the light and the essence that is there. And the sacred sound goes like this. Okay, you can say that, open the awareness and the imprint that's beginning to be there, okay? Feel, sense, or see that space, that essence and space that begins to create an imprint there with that sacred sound. You utilize the sacred sound as many times as you want. I take conscious breath again. In we go. Conscious breath. Let that breath out. And place the essence that you see, sense, or feel in that heart space. Okay? Concentrate, simply be on that imprint that we're creating in this heart space, this light and essence and energy that you feel in this heart area. And you simply be, you sit quietly for a bit. And now there's an extension of this that is creating. Remember I told you we can create with our heart as well as with our ego and will. And this is the way you, as we continue this, I'll show you this next time. As you feel, sense, or see this heart space, you get a picture of something you want to create in that heart space, okay? And you go on from there, and you breathe in 3 more times that sacred sound. Apparently, that's a sacred sound. Okay, and you let that dissolve in that energy, in that sacred sound energy, that whatever it is you want to place in that heart area that you just created, you just opened, and you let that dissolve as you take in another conscious breath, and you let it dissolve in the light of that conscious breath, and you let it sit there, and you don't do anything else. Okay, that's you invite the universe to manifest and create that what it is you've just placed in your heart. Okay, that's what we do. Okay, so that was just an extension of last video of heart practices. This is one also. I suggest you do it once a day, in the morning especially, maybe twice a day before you go to bed also. But this is activating. This is giving us access, greater access to this heart area, heart space. It's enlivening it. And that's what we're after here. This is what we're going to do. Okay, now, we're going to have a little fun here. I'm going to tell you of this mushroom experience that I had one time that is kind of indicative of what happens. I don't want to keep harping on the psychedelic experiences. I don't. And the number I've taken them in my lifetime is fairly small, really. A couple of hands, 3 or 4 hands. You could count the numbers I've taken them. And you can't be, the last time I did it was 25, 30 years ago. So, you just can't be doing those things all the time. But there are some very interesting things that happened to me on those experiences. And I'm going to relay one of them to you right now. This is going to be fun. It should be fun. Okay, so I got this little bag of mushrooms, okay, and I take them up. It was an afternoon. After I was done working, it was a Friday. And I just got done working. I had the whole weekend off. And I took them. And I go up to this... the reservoir, I call it the lake. It's a reservoir of water. It's totally full now, by the way. It was getting low, but we've had so many rains in Southern California. We've been suffering from a drought, and excellently, it's all full again. I've been up there recently. So it was a warm Friday afternoon. Hot, really, warm to hot. And I'm sitting on this bench overlooking this beautiful reservoir with the Los Gatos Hills in the background. Los Gatos is a money, very, very beautiful area I live probably 3 miles outside of it. And I'm looking at the water, and I'm looking at the sun was, dipping, it was still there, but it was on that side, and it was shimmering off the folding, undulating water, the shimmering of the water. There, the sun was coming at me, and it was warm, and I just got done working, and I'm thinking, God, I'd love to swim. I'd love to go take a swim in the reservoir. It was like calling to me. Like I said, I'm a water boy, okay? Like I explained it to you before, water was one of the first things I've ever loved. So here it is. And you're coming on, and these swirling energies come to effect. You're all of a sudden coming out of your mind, and you're into a bigger being space. That's what happens, okay? And I go, God, I'd love to take a swim in that water, but I just can't. They don't allow you to swim in the water. If they do, this chopper comes and they keep you out of the water. They have events there, sometimes mile swimming events, 1.25 miles, mile and a half, pro swimming. I've been there. These guys are way better swimmers than I am. Shit, I mean, they're freaking. But so I was just wishing, God, I wish I could get in that water, basically. So I'm just thinking about it. All of a sudden, this guy pops out. This little rotund guy pops out from the side of my peripheral vision. I look over and he goes, "Hey, you know what?" I go, "What?" I know where there's a little area, a little lagoon area. We can take a swim there if we want, And so I'm freaked at this point. I'm going, good God, how is this happening? And I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah. They can't see it. It's an inlet. It's a little lagoon, and I swam there before. I go, yeah. So I started thinking, oh, what's this about? Because this is a freaky event. You know what I mean? And I thought, I wonder if this is some kind of gay thing. I don't know what to expect. But I started thinking about it, and then I looked and turned again, and he was across the parking lot onto the roadway, and he was beckoning me like this, come on. I thought, I go, well, what's going on here? Jesus Christ. So then I relented. I go, okay. So I got up and I walked over through the parking lot. He had taken off. Through the parking lot and on the roadway. I went through that on the roadway through a little grassy area, and I looked down, and there he was, about 150, 200 yards down. Once again, beckoned me. Come on, beckoned me. He's like a little imp, really. He's harmless, but a little imp. And so I go, okay. So I walk down the 150 yards, and I go in this little place. We go down this little ravine, and sure enough, there was this beautiful little ravine, inlet there, lagoon almost, that was kind of hidden from sight. The tree branches where the water level was like this, the tree branches were right there hanging on right above the water, you know. And I look and I go, wow, this is fantastic. Immediately, I took all my clothes off. I had these little brief pants, underwear on, and I left them on, and I just got in that water. And it was so glorious because the water temperature was perfect. It was chilled, but not too cold. And I just started swimming, and I started laughing. And my laughter echoed throughout the whole canyon, you know. And as I swam through that water, you know, I would swim back out to facing the mainstay of the lake, and seeing all the hills and the beautiful energy, and these energies swirling, and it was just so alive. And like I say, my laughter was echoing throughout the canyon. I could sense the water itself giggling and laughing with me. As you do things, you see the bubbles coming up, and you sense, you can see and feel and sense the water's laughing with me. I swear to God. I would swim, and I'd do little flip turns and this and that. Like I say, I'm a water boy, you know, so I know exactly what to do when I get in the water. And it was just a glorious time. And it did turn out to be kind of a gay thing. But we navigated that very carefully. When I'm on shrooms, I'm very, very allowing, you know, and I just had to kind of convince him, you know, to let go of his penis, basically, because he's freaking me out. And he was very good about it. He did, you know. He took his clothes off at some point too. But we handled that very, very allowingly. You know, I like gay guys. I get along sometimes with gays more than I do with straight guys. And, you know, I'm not offended, and I just had to work our way through that and say, look, I'm not. And he'd go, okay. It was just a beautiful, beautiful swim there, okay? And then I got out, I got dressed, you know, I kind of dried off a little bit, got dressed, and we went back up to the road. It was about a 20-minute, half an hour I was swimming in that water. Up to the roadway, and you know, I said thanks, you know, and we shook hands, and I said thanks very much, and we kind of just split up at that point. And this is indicative of what I would do. The mainstay of the mushroom, I'd be in some forested area, and then I want to go see some people. So I kind of hung around a little bit, and then I got in my car. I went down to Los Gatos proper, a beautiful little community, you know, beautiful a little area, a moneyed area, a little shopping venue there. You know how they have the shopping streets and stuff like that. And I did a number of different things at this point. In this case, I took my guitar out and sat in a park. Sometimes I'd go get some tea or a coffee or a beer, maybe, whatever I felt like. In this case, I got a little tea and sat on a park and got my guitar out, started playing, and these two little girls came that must have been 5, 6 years old, all dressed beautifully, you know, in coordination with one another. And they were just in front of me doing all these little things that little girls do, and it felt like a miracle. It really did, because they were so precious. They looked like angels. They seemed like they were angels, and they looked so precious. And I felt so gifted, so lucky and blessed to have these girls come and just give me some of their energy, and I was giving them some of my energy, you know what I mean? And I just sat there for a while, and, you know, if I was hungry, I'd get a little something to eat at that point, you know, sometimes I didn't. At this point, I got back in my car, and I went home. I drove home, and I took a nice warm shower, you know, which is... you know, to wash off the water, and the mud was around, because when you get out of the water, there's the bank and the mud and this and that. And then I massaged myself with just this beautiful massage oil that I had, and then it was, you know, just soft and sweet and beautiful at this point. And then I had a Crenshaw melon and raspberries in the refrigerator, and I cut up beautiful big bowl of Crenshaw melon and raspberries and ate that. And that's the kind of day I would have when I just would do something like that. And I just felt so wonderful by the time it was all over. Then I went and I took a nap, and that's what happens. And during, like I say, you get I felt so powerful, and I felt alive. We could even say on this day, Jeff Africa felt alive. Because you do feel alive, and it was like drinking a cool glass of water in a desert, because I was still in the throes of, this is like 2010, 2009, 8. I was still in the throes of more or less a depression. And to have an experience like that, it was like a reminder from God saying, look, this is how life can be, kind of, more or less. It was like a reminder, and it was quite beautiful. And little things like that kept me going, really thinking that, life could be, because like I say, I felt alive. Finally, I'm feeling alive and felt all the power of my being and all the sensitivities in observation of the little town and the girls and the swimming. I felt so alive and so wonderful. And it was just a nice little reminder of what life could be like, an experience like that. And that's how I used these as I worked my way out of my depression. Man, it was really a valuable, beautiful, beautiful experience. I just wanted to share it with you because it meant everything to me to be able to experience something like that. You got to think, why did God place mushrooms on Earth anyway? Why did he place peyote and psychedelic mushrooms and all that? Why are they here? He did them. He made them. Everything on this earth is created and made by God. I think it was like a reminder of just give us a reminder of what an expanded mind looks like, what it feels like. I was working at this place called Frankie and Johnny's. I think I told you this, Frankie and Johnny's. And Frank, one of the key characters, these Italians were just beautiful people. I go into the bathroom. I know this is his handwriting because I knew his handwriting. And he wrote on the wall, "Shrooms are God's way of saying hi." And I think that is true. Okay, I've come to think, because God is right there at that point. I start talking to God because you can sense God's energy everywhere. And it was his way of saying hi. And it's very apparent right then that how God infused this whole world is with a psychedelic experience like that. So I just wanted to kind of treat you to one of these experiences that I had and what they were really like, and just the joy of life and the joy of experience and the joy of beingness that becomes so apparent during something like that. And I'm not recommending them for everybody, but I'm just telling you what they were like for me. Okay, because, like I say, it's not really about, life isn't about going to somewhere and ingesting these things and have this experience. It's about getting down to it and working to refine your consciousness enough to have these experiences, these experiences through the sweat of your brow. Okay, you got that? So that was a mushroom experience that I had, and it was just so precious, so wonderful. I had others that were equally interesting, and just weird things happened. That guy all of a sudden pops out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Now, what was that all about? And he led me to the area where I could do what I was wishing I could do, sitting on the, close to the shore, looking at the light shimmering off the water. It's just, how did that happen? You know what I mean? It was pretty amazing, pretty wonderful. And that little swim and the laughing and the water giggling with me, is unforgettable experience. And on that day, Jeff Africa felt alive. On that day, Jeff Africa felt his power as a human being. Okay? All right. Okay, funny thought of the day. I go to this store called Whole Foods. Okay, they have a really nice salad bar there. It's all organic food and stuff like that. But they don't have any dressings I like, So what I do is I go to where they have the salad dressings, get this chili lime dressing that I do like, shake it up, I tear the lid off it, and I just put it there where all their dressings are. Okay, it's borderline illegal, but that's what I do. So I'm with somebody, and they watch me do this. They watch me go get the dressing. I don't mind it. Put it there. He goes, "Jeff, what are you doing?" I'm using this dressing here. I go, "But Jeff, that's like stealing." I go, "No, it's not stealing. It's reallocation of resources without the proper authority, but it's not stealing. Okay, it's reallocation of resources without the proper authority. It's not stealing. Okay, so that's what I defined that was, which is true. You know, if you want to get technical about it, that's what it was. It wasn't stealing. I wasn't taking anything anywhere. I was just getting a proper dressing, because these salads, they get expensive. You know, you get to get a nice big salad. You're talking $12, $13, $14. I want a dressing I like on that. You know, I'm not. You know, so. That was the funny thought of the day. That's what I told her. I go, look, it's reallocating resources. You know, it's not really stealing anything. Okay, so I think that's going to be it. We're trying to keep this short. This is Jeff Africa. I am Jeff Africa. I'm a citizen of Earth. I'm a loyal patriot of the United States of America, and I stand unafraid. And these four, Paramahansa Yogananda, Joshua ben Joseph, Mother Earth, and Divine Mother, these four I have chosen to assist me in me getting from my head to my heart and becoming a heart-centered human being, a new type of being, and beginning to experience life, a life that I love, a life that every day I wake up excited because I'm experiencing life as a heart-centered human being. And some of that psychedelic stuff is going to be in that heart-centered life, heart-centered reality, okay? They are the ones I love. They are going to assist me getting to the heart and becoming a heart-centered being. I'm going to do it right in front of you. You're going to see me do it. And when you see what happens to me, you're going to want to do it too, okay? And this is an ever ongoing trek. And we're going to make this happen. We're going to make this happen on this channel, okay? I have decided, along with everything else, to include as many female entities as I can in this project. I now have Mother Mary, because of the Mother Mary's heart opening ceremony, Mary Magdalene, okay, Divine Mother, and Mother Earth, okay? I'm getting this motherness in me, infused in me, because that's the people along the way of my life. I usually, women that were favored to me, I dealt with them the best. You know what I mean? They were the ones that had the most effect on me, because masculine energies, because of my dad, really, basically. He was a brute, and we'll go into that one day. But I did well with mother energies, okay? So I'm including these ladies, these wonderful, wonderful ladies, into my attempt here also, because they are the energies, the mother energy, is extremely valuable and extremely important, and it's going to help me get through this also. Okay, so that's what I've done lately, is include, as I think about them and I say their names, and then include them in the rituals I do, and they're part of me now. They're part of this now. All these beautiful, beautiful motherly energies are going to see to it that this happens too. You got it? All right. So that's it for today. I hope we like this, and I'm going to explain to you next video. It's going to be, I'm going to tell you how I cook dal. We're going to start getting to a little bit of nutrition and diet, and I'm going to explain to you how I cook this dal that I make, Indian sprouted lentil dish that I feast on every couple of weeks. I make a batch and feast on it for 5 days. And we'll go over that. It's an interesting process. That'll be in a couple of days probably. It's been a bit here, but so what? Okay, thanks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And I'll be seeing you again shortly. Bye. Thank you.